Okay, hello. So, I am going to be showcasing Evolution After and Evolution Dust. Now, I don't have the max evolution for either of these. I have the second to max, so that's what I'm going to show you. When I get the max, I will make another video on it. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to jump cut because I am the wrong character. Okay, this time I have the correct character selected, so here we go. Just gotta wait 5 seconds. Alright, here we go. The first character is Evolution, it's called Determined Sands, or something like that. Determined Bad Time Sands, something like that. He has a passive where he has 60 DT, and his DT, all of his attacks use DT except for the Force. But whenever he uses an attack, if that attack uses DT, then that attack will deal extra damage. But if you run out of DT, then you don't get that damage boost. First attack is Bone Field. It does pretty decent damage, but it's easy to dodge. After the bones go up, you can just go in between them. Bone Spin is next. It's just a very fast spinning bone. Next is Bone Throw. Like all bone throws, or almost all bone throws, it does very low damage. Next is Gaster Blaster. 2 Gaster Blasters, shoot it where you click. Next is Quad Blaster. 4 blasters, shoot it where you click. The main thing with that is that okay, hang on. So, the main thing is that the blasters are very far spread apart. So, it hits a much bigger area. It also does a lot of damage. That just did half of my alt count. And then there is also Force. Nice. It deals 1 damage and doesn't use DT. So yeah, as you can see, it's actually a really good character. For like starter, it's a good character for like starter people, but otherwise it is like if you're facing people with like Determination Sword, stuff like that, then it's not going to be very useful. Next is Genus. He takes 1,000 broken code, and you get like 1 to 5 broken code per kill. So, yeah, here we go. Now, the main way you can tell if it's an evolution Geno or a regular Geno is by looking at the HP. Regular Geno has 1 HP, but Evolution After has 0.08 HP. First attack is Bone Field. It's just a buffed version. I should probably move out of that. Next is Force. Then there's Gaster Blaster. It's just 2 extra blasters. And then there's Bone Throw. It goes towards where you click, which is amazing. It does a ton of damage. Blaster Barrage, it is 6 blasters instead of 4. So just more blasters. Next, and the last attack is Bone Spinners. It sends out 1 of these per player, and they're actually really hard to dodge if you're trying to dodge other attacks. He also has 20 dodges. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is if you are that Sans, if you are Evolution Geno, and you are fighting someone with Determination or the Reset Soul, according to the wiki, you will do 0.5 times damage. 1.5 times damage. You'll just do extra damage. It's pretty simple. But only if they're using the Determination or the Rainbow Soul. Anyways, next character is Error Sands. I accidentally selected this character before. He takes 2,500 broken code. So, first attack, Error Bone Field. It's just a buffed version of Geno Bone Field. Just does more damage. Next is Bone Throw. Again, it just does more damage than the regular Bone Throw. Than the Geno Bone Throw. Then there is Soul Spring. It sends out 1 string per player. It does a ton of damage. That is why I dodged it, because it would do like half the health. But it has like a 10-20% chance to just completely disable their soul. Next ability is Strings. Now, it selects one person at random and just makes them completely unable to move. But it also has a chance to get rid of their soul ability. Next is Arrow Blasters. There's 3 blasters, high damage. Next is Spiderweb. It's a bunch of strings, and as you can see, they do ridiculous damage. It also has a chance to disable soul ability. Anyways, so that is all I have for evolution after. Once I get 5,000 broken code, I will showcase Fatal Error. But for now, I'm going to showcase Evolution Dust. Evolution Dust is the cheaper game pass. So a lot more people, well, not a lot more people, but just more people in general have them. Because it's not that much more expensive. First attack, Gaster Blaster. It shoots 2 Gaster Blasters. Stolen Flames. Shoots a bone, and the bone cracks, and normally it would send out a tracking flame at each player, but for some reason it is broken specifically for Evolution Dust. Every other type of dust that has that attack, it works perfectly fine. But the Game Pass one, it doesn't work. Next is Toy Knife. There's a floating Toy Knife in your hand. It's a melee attack. It does decent damage, as you can see. Next is Bone Throw. Throws a lot of bones, but very low damage. Spinning Bone is next. It's a spinning bone. A bone that spins. Very low damage, though. Then there's Force. It's just a force. But if you use it when they have not moved or at the start of the fight, they get stuck. Or they can get stuck. It's not guaranteed. But as you can see, Stolen Flame still doesn't work. Bone Throw is it's really bad. And then there's the Spinning Bone, which does decent damage. So yeah. But then, you get a bunch of kills. You get Dust. I believe it is between 2 and 8 Dust per kill. And you get Ruins Dust. It takes 250 Dust. So now I will show you that. I don't know why, but I like jumping on the heads of the characters while I wait. Anyways, first attack is Dust Blaster Barrage. It sends, I think, 3 blasters at each player. Yep, 3. And it does very big damage. Next is the Dust Blasters. It's just 2 blasters. That's it. Iris Bone Wave. So this is kind of a melee attack. It's just a Bone Wave, and as you can see, it does good damage. And then there is the Spinning Bone, and it's red this time and does more damage. Then there's Purple Flames, which again, it's bugged and does nothing. And then there is Force. Again, if they haven't moved or the match just started, you can just use it immediately and they get stuck in the wall sometimes. So yeah, that is Snowed-in Dust. There is a lot more Dust evolutions than there is Aftertail evolutions. Okay, next is Waterfall Dust, 800 Dust. This is still cheaper than getting the first evolution for evolution after. So, yeah. Anyways, Snowed-in Dust, yes. Phantom Papyrus by his side. First attack, Dust Blaster Barrage. It's the Blaster Barrage from Snowed-in Dust, but an extra blaster. Next is Dust Blasters. It might do more damage, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, I know that it does have a lower cooldown. It actually has a fairly low cooldown. Like, right as the blasters disappear, you can use it again. Spinning Bone, I think it does more damage. I don't know exactly. Bone Wave. It is no longer Papyrus's, it's just a Bone Wave. Sometimes it glitches and just doesn't show the indicator. So it's like, normally when you use it, there's this exclamation mark above your head, but sometimes that just doesn't appear, and that can let you surprise people, get a lot of damage. Next is Undying Spears. It just sends 2 spears for each player, does big damage, as you can see. It also has Karma, even though it's Undying's attack, not Sans's. Then there's Force. This time it can't shove them in the wall. But yeah, that is Waterfall Dust. As you can see, the Blaster Barrage is ridiculously powerful. So for the next evolution, it is Hotland Dust. You need 1,400 Dust, and that is starting to get above how much evolution after takes for his first evolution. So here we go. First attack is Dust Blaster Barrage. Again, it's just like Waterfall Dust's Blaster Barrage, but it adds an extra blaster for each player. Next is Dust Blasters. Again, I think it has, it has a lower cooldown than the Waterfall one, I think. Yeah, it definitely does. It might also do more damage, don't know for sure. Spinning Bone, it might do more damage. Again, it's very similar to the Waterfall one. Next attack is the Bone Wave. Again, it looks exactly the same as the Waterfall one. Magical Spears is next. It sends out 3 spears for each player, and as you can see, the damage it does is ridiculous. Then there is Force, and it's just a Force. Again, you can't stick them in the wall with this Force. So that is Hotland Dust. And then, after Hotland, there's only one more area, and that is Judgment Hall. 2,000 Dust. So this is one of the most powerful characters. Like, I believe he might even be more powerful than, like, Revenge Papyrus. I know that he's more powerful than Negative Sands, but anyways, you may notice something. Gaster and Flowey are right there. You can kill, Dust Sands can kill them, and when you do kill them, they drop, like, between, I believe it is between 10 and 20 Dusts. First attack, Dust Blaster Barrage. It's just the Hotland Blaster Barrage, but it adds an extra blaster. Actually, it might not add an extra blaster. It might just do more damage. Bone Wave. Again, it looks the same as Hotland and all the others before it. Magical Spears. It just throws an extra spear and does more damage. Pellets. It goes where you click and throws pellets at where you click. I believe it's actually fairly low damage. Okay, it is not fairly low damage if they're standing still, but I believe if they are moving, then it does low damage. Spinning Bone. It's just the bone that spins. It's very... Again, I don't know if it's any different from Snowden Dusts or Hotland Dust or Waterfall Dust. Anyways, then you have Force, and it is very easy to stick them in the wall here. But yeah, that is Judgment Hall Dust. Once you get Judgment Hall Dust, getting extra evolutions becomes way easier because you can kill Gaster and Flowey. Next evolution is Dust level 20. Let's see. Okay. First attack is Magical Spears. It just sends 4 spears. And as you can see, Flowey and Gaster are still here. They're not going anywhere. There's still the pellets. It just does more damage now. But then there's the Dust Blaster Barrage, which you would expect it to auto-aim at every player. But it doesn't. It's a blaster circle. And as you can see, even getting hit by one of the blasters does ridiculous damage. And as you can see, Flowey and Gaster do disappear after some time. Now, next attack is Determination, and it's not actually an attack. Basically, every time you use it, you heal like 20 HP, and it can be used multiple times. There's also Force, and you can push them inside the wall. And then there is Dust Blasters, which auto-aims, and the whole thing is it spawns blasters from different places, and they just keep auto-aiming, and it lasts for a while. Anyways, that is that is all evolutions except the last 2. Now, once I get the last 2 evolutions, and that is Fatal Error and FDY Dust, I will make a separate video on them. So, until then, I'm not going to be making any videos on this game because it's going to take a while. But I will see you then. Goodbye.